Hello, my name is Jeffrey Recht, and I'm the Executive Director of the California Healthy Workplace Advocates. I, prior to becoming with California Healthy Workplace Advocates, I served as a shop steward for 14 years, and during that time, I specialized with workplace bullying cases. And now, let me introduce my co-host, Maria Grijalva. Maria?
Well, thank you. My name is Maria Grijalva, and I am a civil rights consultant and a paralegal. And my academic background is in psychology. And at the master's level, I studied educational administration. But right now, aren't you the author of a book also?
Hmm. Yes, I wrote this book, uh, The Union Steward's Guide to Dealing with Workplace Bullying for stewards because they uh, need to understand all the things they can do to fight workplace bullying, as well as uh, how the member is affected.
Can
Uh,
you tell us why union members are uniquely qualified to fight workplace bullying and use in your book?
sure. Uh, the book is actually written for the steward, but it could be also used for by the member themselves. Uh, there it lays out a number of options for the member as to how to fight their cases. The book also gives the stewards some resources to refer the member to. Um, the the uh, unions themselves are at a high level, have very many different resources. They have a structure also that uh, gives them a focus in a lot of different areas. They have their own legal departments usually. They have their union reps that back up the union stewards. They have their organizers and also the membership elects their own officers who manage the day-to-day parts of the union. Uh, uh, the book talks about a bad boss campaign, which is an organizing tool, one of many different organizing tools that the union can use to make certain points. It could be organizing around, for example, around pay issues. Uh, in this particular case, workplace bullying is considered a working condition issue, and the Bad Boss campaign uh, is used to organize the membership into doing an action uh, on behalf of the union to correct an issue. Uh,
So, why do you think that unions are not, why aren't they doing it? Why aren't they fighting workplace bullying?
a lot of it, a lot of the reasons that I've encountered is that there's a lack of education on how to treat the member who has been traumatized. Uh, the the union does not teach stewards, for example, on how to support the member in their hour of need. Uh, the uh, there is a lack of understanding about how traumatization of the member can affect their personality, can affect their way of thinking, uh, and also they're not trained in the usage of trauma-informed processes, etc. Uh, so because of that, they tend to shy away from these kinds of cases. Also, uh, by doing that, they they tend to concentrate more on the collective bargaining agreement type issues. So, in this case, workplace bullying is an issue that, in many cases, is outside of the collective bargaining agreement. It's all
Okay.
it's also an issue that requires some knowledge of these various things that the member is going through.
So,
So,
so basically what you're saying is that the union bosses are kind of letting down the union members, is what I'm gathering, because the union members are experiencing the bullying,
mhm.
and the union itself, the union bosses or the administrative, the head of the unions are not addressing it because their focus is collective bargaining, yet the trauma that their members are experiencing is not being addressed by the union bosses themselves, it sounds like.
Well, it isn't just the bosses within the union. It's the reps are not addressing it. And the other thing is too is uh, it's a time issue. There's literally thousands of cases that a union handles in the course of their work uh, per year. So that that means that they may have to have other staff uh, as well to handle these cases. Uh, but the training of the stewards would take away a lot of that extra burden.
Yeah, I think that the union is made up of an administration. And then there's the union members. And it sounds like union members are being let down by the union administration. It appears that way because they don't want to focus on members being mistreated. So that actually puts the union heads or the union administration as a bully themselves because they know that their members are suffering and they use the excuse that they're not been trained in trauma, and so it sounds like the union administration is part of the status quo,
Well,
and you
it's
know.
like a catch-22. It's like the old chicken and the egg argument, which came first, type of thing. Uh, but the ultimate damage that the union is suffering is loss of members.
Of course, of course, of course. Yeah, as a member of SEIU 2015, I have no faith in the leadership, in administration. I pay my dues simply because of the collective bargaining portion of it. But other than that, I have no faith in my union in SEIU 2015. And the reason that I believe that is that these union administration is part of the status quo, and they want to be one up from the member. They are part of the nationwide problem that we have. Nationwide, we have at this moment a terrible chaos going on out there, just terrible chaos. Uh, and unions are in a unique position to uh, to put a stop and organize against the bully that we have in our nation's capital. And they're not doing anything. They're not. They're simply uh, not doing anything, and so they become part of the problem. And so that's one reason why we need to have the Workplace Bullying Accountability Act, because we take it out of the hands of the union bosses who aren't doing anything, and maybe members would be more supported this way. What do you think?
I think if the unions start handling these cases, uh, their membership will rise, and uh, the Workplace Bullying Accountability Act would work with both private sector and public sectors. Um, and it centers around the duty of care uh, uh, that an employer has when they take on an employee. Uh, the uh, thing about it is that we have to get the unions uh, to see the error of their ways and get them reformed first. But yes, California Healthy Workplace advocates are working in both ways as an advocate to get the unions to reform, and also as an advocate to get the Workplace Bullying Accountability Act passed.
Yes, yeah. So the union administration, union heads are part of the problem. And if you ask me, they're bullies because they don't want to address the concerns of their members. And presumably it's because they have too many cases. Presumably because they don't are not trauma informed. And that's what it sounds like,
Hmm.
sadly.
Yeah, sadly, uh, the grievance process is also part of the problem because it issues really don't get solved by the grievance process anymore.
No.
They're actually a paper shuffling process now. It doesn't even work the way it was
Was meant
designed
to
to
work.
work. Yeah.
That's terrible. Yeah,
Hmm.
I had no idea. There's just paper shuffling. There's no actual results.
Yeah. What's kind of funny is that at the department level, the same person can handle two different levels and give you two different answers.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Uh, that's not good. But anyway, it's fascinating to see how union members can make a difference, because like you said,
Hmm.
they're the ones that actually talk to management and end up doing something, and and you help them organized when you were there to do something. And basically you were skipping the administration head and getting organizing yourselves. And so that's wonderful. And so it appears that we're out of time. And we're so grateful for the work that you've done and keep doing. And we hope that you never, ever stop.
Oh, maybe someday.
Thank you.
Uh, thank you.